and welcome to Sports News. And Nigeria Super Eagles continued their preparations for the 2014 FIFA World Cup with an international friendly against Scotland at Craven Cottage Stadium in England. Charlie Mulgrew gave Scotland an early lead in the game. Michael Uchebe drew level for Nigeria after his shot took a big deflection, and Uche Nwofor came to Nigeria's rescue in the dying moments of the game with a goal that ensured it ended in a 2-2 draw. And finally, Manchester United owner Malcolm Glazer sadly has passed away at the age of 86. The Glazer, who is well known for his huge investments in sports, died in the early hours of this morning. That's it on Sports News. I'm Olumide Macaulay. The News at 10 continues just now.
Unveiling the new look of Guinness. Discover a colorful world of more.
Well, a United States expert, a security expert, Mr. Daniel Benjamin, has described the Boko Haram sect as the world's deadliest terror group. Mr. Benjamin, who made this remark while delivering a lecture at the Second International Conference for Democracy and Good Governance in Port Harcourt today, says Boko Haram is well-funded and has become a menace not only to Nigeria, but other countries in West Africa. Well, apart from the issue of terrorism, speakers at the event also offered suggestions on how to strengthen democracy and good governance.
This is the Second International Conference on Democracy and Good Governance in Port Harcourt, the Rivers State capital this year. Present at this event are the Governor of Rivers State and his wife, international scholars, politicians, activists, as well as government officials of the state. Well, this kind of gathering always presents an opportunity to discuss threats to the country's democracy, top of which is insecurity, which has assumed an alarming dimension.
It is in the minds of people we should also trace the causes of terror, of violence, of counter-violence. We may talk about Boko Haram. I've written a great deal about Boko Haram. I do know they are not Democrats, but they are a serious challenge to democracy as we know it and as we practice.
Foreign participants who specialize in anti-terror issues and international relations share their thoughts on how to deal with the problem of insurgency.
Security is to be function number one of the state, of the government. And government must be empowered and take responsibility to create and maintain peace and security. And one by one in all the African countries, we are all able to point to the lack of security.
We should recognize as well that Boko Haram should not only be seen through the prism of geography, it should also be seen through the prism of religion. And it is true that radical groups such as Boko Haram typically kill, and this is very important, more Muslims than they do Christians. Boko Haram endangers all Nigerians, and it is a dangerous mistake to paint it as a threat only to Christians.
The general consensus here is that democracy and good governance need to be nurtured, with leaders and followers alike contributing their part in this business of governance.
And on the foreign scene, Chechnya has denied sending troops to Ukraine to fight alongside pro-Russia separatists. In a statement, the republic's Moscow-backed leader Ramzan Kadyrov said that as part of the Russian Federation, Chechnya has no armed forces and that any Chechens operating in Ukraine were there in a personal capacity. Monday saw some of the worst fighting since rebels seized much of the east. And the main news again. 4 more Chibok schoolgirls have reunited with their parents, bringing to 57 the number of those who escaped from Boko Haram's grip. The 4 girls are believed to be among those that escaped into the bush while being taken away by the terrorists, but were hidden by their parents. Well, that's the news at 10 tonight. Thanks a lot for staying with us. Focus on Africa is up next. I'm Ijoma Onyato. Good night.